Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unit Lost. My name is Kirioth and I am looking at Watch Dogs. And I'm wondering something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wondering something. If you take a look at my options, you will note that everything is on Ultra. All on Ultra. That's just how I roll. Now, you could say, okay, the game looks fine. It's on Ultra. What are you complaining about? Well, you see, maybe I don't have anything to complain about. Maybe this does look good enough. Maybe those shitty leaves on the floor are sufficient. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being some sort of PC elitist. But the thing is, the game, for me, looks like this. This is how I bought it. The deluxe edition, by the way, which is horrendously expensive and absolutely not worth it. And I kind of expected more. I think I'm fair in expecting more from the game that was hyped to hell for 2 years, that was shown off at E3 2012, that was shown off all the way through 2013, with fantastic graphics, amazing explosions, quality water, really nice rain and fog effects. And what I got instead was a game where if I take a casual stroll across the... If I take it... Really? Are we really doing this? You fucking... If I stand here, you'll note something very weird. Now, traditionally, shadows travel away from the light source, which is impressive because... Is it vampires that have no shadows? I don't know, but I don't have a shadow. Now, it's a minor thing. It's a minor thing. But when you add it all up, when you add up the kind of crappy textures on some of the stuff, when you add up the fact that the rain really doesn't look very good, when you add up the fact that that guy dropped nothing on the floor and then picked nothing up off the floor, when you add up the fact that the fog isn't very good, the explosions look a bit crap, and that smoke looks suspiciously like cotton wool, it gets a little irritating. But what can you do? What can you do? Everything's on Ultra. I'm playing the game the way it was meant to be played. I'm playing it as well as it could possibly be played in terms of graphical quality. I've got nothing to complain about, except I really have, because it turns out the game doesn't need to look like this. The game, in fact, can look like this. Now you'll notice immediately, straight off the bat, that looks way better than it did when we were actually in-game with all my settings on Ultra. And it turns out that you can make your game look like this as well, because a chap called TheWorse, who is the creator of the mod on guru3d.com, well, he's been playing with the files. He's been having a little look, having a little rummage, just generally looking through, seeing what he could do to make the game look a bit better, to fix some of the issues with the game. And what he's actually managed to do is he's made changes to the default fog values, enabled bokeh DOF for the main cameras, made improvements to stuttering, the game stuttered like a bitch when it first came out, put in the E3 2012 bloom, put in performance improvements, enabled headlight shadows, LoD changes, reflection changes, added 3 new cameras to the game, close to normal further, rain changes, high quality raindrops properly reacting to light, etc. LensFlares are a work in progress, lighting changes are a work in progress, but there we are, NPC/civilian density changes in at the moment. Now, how did he manage that? Well, it turns out that all of that shit was already in the game. So the game released looking worse than it needed to, despite the fact that the files and code needed to make it look absolutely fantastic, as it was supposed to look in the first place. Well, they were all already there. They just weren't being used. So Ubisoft made a conscious decision at some point to think, fuck it, we'll just release it looking like shit compared to how it was supposed to look. But why? Why would you do this? Why would you make the game look worse than it needs to when all of the stuff is there to make it look how it's supposed to? Well, I don't have the answer to that question. I would love to meet someone who does, because it's fucking stupid, right? It's stupid. This game is a AAA game. It's been hyped to hell and back. It had footage and screenshots galore showing off how amazing it's supposed to look. And then it released looking okay. I didn't pay for the deluxe edition for it to look okay. I paid for it because all the way up to release, it was supposed to look fucking fantastic, and then it didn't. What was the explanation we got for that? Oh, well, the thing is, we didn't get an explanation for that. There was no explanation. It just looked worse than I thought it was going to look because it looked worse. Now, That is an issue. That's shitty. But what is even more shitty is the fact that it was for no reason whatsoever, because all of the resources to make it look as good as these screenshots look now were already in the game. I mean, admittedly, yeah, some guy had to fuck about finding this stuff and re-enabling it. But the fact is, he did find it, he did re-enable it, and it was all already there for him to do that, but it just wasn't active in the game. For no reason whatsoever. Did someone forget to turn it on? Maybe someone maybe someone missed the end off a jobs list, and at the bottom it was, make the game look as good as it was supposed to. Please, please let me know, because I've got no fucking idea why the game looks like this, when it should look like this. It's unacceptable. I really, really hope you agree, because it just is. This is a bitch move by Ubisoft, and I want a fucking explanation. And I hope that everyone else who's bought this game, in the hopes that it would be more than it actually was in the end, would like an explanation as well. Because this is unacceptable in every sense of the word.